What's going on, fishing folks? Welcome back to Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show, episode 103. Two awesome winter baits. One you know for sure, and the other you may not. So the one you know for sure, and it got me through all last winter, will be the finesse swim bait. Especially the Kietech 3.3, and I will most likely bet my next paycheck that I caught more predator game fish, whether it was walleye, smallmouth, sauger, you name it, on the 3.3 than I did the 2.8, and definitely the bigger, like 3.8s, 4.3s. Believe me, I've been trying to throw the bigger baits to try to target the bigger fish. And one lesson that I learned from last year's fishing is that all my big walleye came on 3.3s, especially the AU color. And in the winter, I like to stick to natural tones, whether it's white or like this is a Kietech color that's new to me. It's like a Silver Shad Flash or something. Don't quote me. I'll leave the exact name in the video description, but you know, this particular one is rigged up on an 1/8 ounce, just regular short shank ball head jig, because I had it on an Alabama rig, and I like to keep my uppers short shanked so they don't get tangled up by having long shank hooks like intertwine with each other. And you will see, lately it's been a struggle, but you will see that the size is so important, because like I said earlier, for example, earlier today before work, wasn't catching anything throwing a big Echo Pro 5-inch swim bait. What else did I throw around? The 360 GT 4.5 inch 1/4 ounce, no bites. Then I downsized and I caught one. And today we had an unseasonably warm weather day, so I actually got to do a little bit of fishing after work also. But first, check out this clip throwing the 3.3 Kietech on 8-pound copolymer and getting a nice little sauger. And we'll be right back after this. You would have thought we would have got bit on that. Got him. Little sauger. Hey, buddy. What's up, little buddy? And I knew if we had the right water clarity that dang color would be pretty dang enticing to these dudes. I guess I was late to the party though, and I'm sorry, bro. I got my hook getter out is here. Oh, I see where he's hooked. It'll be easy. No damage. No damage, little buddy. Maybe some blood. Not even. See? Man, it's so fun getting these dudes on a medium powered rod because they feel like studs. And dude, if you haven't caught a sauger before, they whack a freaking moving bait, dude. They really do. So the winter bait you may not know is the 1/8 ounce ZMan Flashback Mini chatterbait. Now it comes in 1/8 ounce and 1/16 ounce, but I only throw the 1/8 ounce. And it also comes with two bodies. You get a fork tail minnow style body, and it'll come pre-rigged with either on the grub like you see here or the minnow here. I do better in the winter with the fork tail minnow. Look, I was lucky enough today to get off work early because we had enough drivers there to handle the afternoon, and it was an unseasonably warm day. So I was like, with what tackle I got with me, where do I go? Where's the clear water at? So I went up to the city park. I've been up there a few times lately, haven't got a bite, not even a short strike, nothing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put on the old Flashback Mini. And this is marketed as a crappie bait. But I've caught 4 and 5 pound largemouth on this bait. I've caught 6 pound walleye on this bait. And I tell you what, I'm throwing it on a 6.6 medium power with 8 pound test. Catching fish that big is fun. It's super fun. Today I was lucky enough to catch a nice little tank of a spotted bass. I mean, the colors are beautiful on this fish, and this fish cracked it. And I felt how cold that water was when I released him, and I was surprised on how hard he hit it, because he was playing for keeps for sure. It was great. But this is kind of a sleeper, man, because you think Z-Man, you think chatterbait, you think something skirted, or even the smaller skirted chatterbaits. Now, one thing, there's some good and some bads to this model, the Flashback Mini. The bad is it doesn't have a hook bait keeper. So what I recommend is dabs of super glue. I always carry super glue in my backpack for my soft plastics, and super glue with Elastech works very well. That fish, I caught the spot on the fork tail, and he ripped it up. Just one fish catch and it was ripped up. But I just dabbed some super glue in the cavity that was created from tearing it up, and now I can reuse it. It's like it was never even used yet. So that's one good thing about Elastech, is that it bonds with super glue real well. And I prefer Loctite. I've tried Gorilla Glue, and now that's my backup for my winter bag, and I will keep my Loctite in my main bag that most of the time goes out with me. But the way I stumbled onto this, and it's been shown in older episodes. I don't think any bass were caught using this bait on video. I believe it was just walleye or sauger. But when I first got down here, I moved down here late September 2018. I wanted to fish. It was already starting to get into the colder months, so I flipped on YouTube, started watching videos, and the main thing was obviously slow down your retrieve, but downsize your baits. So I had a couple bucks. I wasn't even working yet. I had one rod, a couple bucks, and I went up to Cabela's, and I seen these, and I was like, wow. First of all, I had been out of the fishing game for a little bit, so I didn't even know what a chatterbait was, but I thought the blade looked cool. and it was small, and I had never seen it before, so I'm like, let me try these out. And I went, it was Christmas Eve 2018. I think the high temp of the day was 44, and we had just got a bunch of like snow the day before. So I'm literally standing in the snow, all these layers on, and I started throwing this thing, man, and I caught, in about 3 hours, I caught 4 largemouth. In 44-degree air temp, the water was probably just as cold, if not colder. But the way I fish this bait in the winter is I cast it out, I let it sink, I count to about, depending on what depth I'm fishing. If I'm fishing like, 7 to 10 foot, I count to 7. If I'm fishing deeper than that, I count to 10, maybe even 12. And then, just like any other chatterbait, you wind up your slack, pop it to feel that blade start going, and then just as slow as you can roll it while still feeling the blade of the chatterbait moving. And that's how it works for me.
So that's all it is, folks. That right there. Cast it out, let it sink. Give it a pop, and then just slow roll it on the bottom.
Now, don't get me wrong, I've caught walleye yo-yoing it in the river. I call it the dragon drop. Up off the bottom, and then let it fall like a dying bait fish. So you feel that blade, and then let it fall like a dying bait fish. But today it was just a steady retrieve, and you'll see that spot cracked it.
Got him. Hey, buddy. I missed you, man. You're a good-looking spot. Hey, dude. All right. I told you these Flashback Minis are a great winter bait. Look at that beautiful spotted bass. He's pretty. You are pretty, buddy. Nice and healthy. Yes, you are. You've been eating crawdads, I see. Look at the red on his lips. You've been eating them crawdads. Yeah. All right, let's let him go. Wow, that water is cold. All right, on the board. Yes.
I needed it. I've been struggling lately. We've been having this weird weather where it's below freezing in the morning. Your rod tips are freezing up. You can see the ice build up on your main eye going out of your reel from your spool out. The build up, if you've ever fished in sub below 32-degree weather. Pardon me, I can't talk tonight, but and was struggling, man. And it's just, size is so important, and there we can get into the opposite sides of the coin with the Alabama rigs and a big jig bite, or glide baits and big swim baits and all that, but if you want to go out, and I think your odds are better of trying to match the forage size of what they are feeding on in the water. And lately all the bait that I've been seeing is small, and when I try to throw anything bigger than a 3.3, I don't even get, it seems like they don't even care. Like, they're there. They gotta be. And the bait I'm seeing in the water is dinky. So, if you're struggling like I have been, another thing that's cool about these is every Walmart has them. They might only have this color and like a white, but you can go to, I believe Dick's carries this color, the white, and a purple. And then Fish USA is where I found the multitude of colors where you can get, fire tigers, all the different translucents and white, bait fish oriented colors, the purples and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, don't get me wrong, year round this thing catches fish, but we're talking about wintertime and just a bait that will surprise you. And another thing too is it's easy to fish. You could tie this on somebody that's never bass fished before, and especially winter bass fished or walleye or whatever you want to target, and just chuck and slowly wind. If you want to tell them to pop, give some real pops or stall and starts, whatever. But the way it works for me in the winter is that slow crawl on the bottom, man. I think they just see it as a bait fish that went astray from the group, and it's an easy target for them. And something also about that chatterbait blade is it gets that lateral line going on those bass. So, it's a win-win, guys. And on top of, I can't quote the exact price with the inflation, but they used to be like $2.97 per pack. So $3, you're getting a fish catching bait. So that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the footage, and we will see you on the next episode, which will be the unveiling of a special piece of equipment that I obtained for a special price. And I also want to show you guys, some of y'all might be iced over, so just little things that revolve around fishing that you may be able to do yourself, or hit me up and I'll hook you up. It might be something that I may be turning into a little business venture of mine, but I'll show you that on the next episode. So for now, this is Bass Fishing Brian, speaking for Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. Out for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, folks. Peace.